When you begin to search for literature on any given topic, I recommend that you start in Articles and Books in the main library website, library.rochester.edu. Articles and Books contains everything that UR owns or subscribes to, both digitally and electronically. For example, journal articles that are indexed in databases such as PubMed and Web of Science can also be found in Articles and Books. If you use a well-formed search strategy as well as the filters in your search results, you'll be off to a great start in finding literature for your research topic. Right now I'm at the home page for the library. Unless you are searching for something very specific, like the title of a book or a certain author name, I recommend that you skip this simple search box and go straight to the advanced search. Here is where you will enter in your search using the boolean operators discussed in the last video. Concepts are entered on different lines, connected with the word and. Synonyms are entered on the same line and connected with the word or. Here is the search strategy I came up with in our last video. I'll skip all of these filters here and scroll down to the bottom and complete my search. All these filters are available on the search results screen, and I'd rather see my results first before I start filtering things out. I could accidentally remove something that would be a great resource. Alright, so let's take a look at my search results. You can see that I have over 17,000 results. Let's take a look at the different content types that are in my results. You can see I have newspaper articles, journal articles, books and ebooks, and more. As I scroll down the screen at my individual results, I can see that I'm getting some older books that are showing up in my search results. So maybe one of the things that I want to do first is limit my results by publication date. So maybe I just want to look at the literature just from the last 5 years. To do that, I can simply click on this hyperlink here, and it will filter it for me. So automatically you can see how much these results have been reduced. Less than 4,000, and the number of individual content types has definitely decreased. When I look at my individual results, I can see that I have a journal article that's showing up first. This is on Massachusetts. Maybe I'm not so much interested in that. I can just scroll down and see what else is coming up. The title of this looks interesting, but this is in AIDS education and prevention. Maybe I'm not so much interested in conditions such as AIDS. I'm more interested in physical injuries. So I'll keep going down. All right, so this is from the Journal of Disability Policy Studies. Just based on the journal and this title, this looks like something I might be interested in. And I can see that the full text is available online. But before I click on that, I can always click on Preview. And usually for journal articles, that means that the abstract will come up, and I can read that right from my results window. Additional information I can see is the database that this article came from, and I can see that this came from Scopus. I can also see some additional subject terms. This is really, this can be very helpful when doing research because this can really help feed into your search strategy, especially if you find an article that is helpful for your research. Some of these terms you might want to feed back into your strategy and kind of rerun a search. This goes back to the idea of research being an iterative process. All right, I'm trying to find an article that Might only have the citation, but it looks, oh, here we go. Okay, so here's one that only has the citation online. In case you don't know what that means, we might not have actual access to the article. So it will bring me to a screen that looks like this. And even though we don't have access to the full text, I can still request the article through interlibrary loan, or ILL. Um, this is what the ILL screen will look like. All I need to do is click on River Campus, and you'll have to log in with your NetID. And if you've never used ILL before, you'll have to, this will bring you to a different screen where you have to fill out some initial information first. But once you do that once, the rest of your entire career at UR, you won't have to do that again. It will bring you straight to the screen where most of the information for the article will be populated. The only thing you will need to enter is the wanted by date. Usually ILL, for journal articles at least, they are very responsive. Usually within one business day, you'll get your article emailed to you. You'll get a notification, and you'll have to go log into the ILL, and then you can download the article from there. If you try to get a book, that will take a little bit longer because that's all based on availability. Book chapters, kind of the same thing as journal articles. They can be scanned and sent electronically, so they'll definitely be a little bit quicker than trying to get the whole book. All right, so I'm going to close out of that, and I'm going to go back to my search results. So one of the requirements for your assignment is that you do need to use at least one book. So just make sure that an easy way to do this is to look at to filter the content type by book or ebook. And you can see it will tell you if the full text is available online. If the book is a physical book, it will have a call number. So let's see. So this is what a physical book looks like. You can see that this book is not charged, it's available, but it is at minor library. So keep in mind that everything in this catalog is for all the libraries in the UR system. Minor library is a library at the medical center. It's not going to be at Rush Reese. One thing I do recommend when you are doing these types of searches in articles and books, make sure you keep track of the terms that you're searching on, especially for a term paper that you're going to be working on over the course of a couple of months. This can really help you so that you're not running the same search over and over again, but a couple weeks apart. It's hard to keep track of what you're doing searches on. So I would say take screenshots or pop them into a Word document. Just do something to keep track of the terms that you're using. Within Blackboard, I have provided a worksheet that you can use to kind of write down some of the terms that you're interested in using. So, that could be another way to keep track of things. So in the next video, I'll get a little bit more into detail on how to search specific databases.